Hello, absolutely nobody. It's Fatwap here. Welcome back. Day 44, 7 days to die on the PlayStation 4. So last night you saw me making my garden. It's just over here. I've kind of half fenced it. The goldenrod seems to have grown quite quickly. I don't know if that's good or not. So I planted some coffee, some potatoes, some corn and some goldenrod. That seems to have grown straight away. I don't know if that's a trait or not. So we'll leave that to happen and we'll come back. But today's episode is going to be based around exploring. So as I said in the last episode, we haven't really gone east very much. So I've stocked myself up, I'll show you in a second, with food and drink and clothes and weapons. And the plan is to head to our Horde city. I'll make a little mark on the map. We won't go through the city. We'll probably just skirt the edge. So, and we'll head to this cross junction here, or T-junction, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll head down this road, because my theory is that there's got to be another city over on the edge of this map somewhere, because there's all this space and there can't just be nothingness. So, I'll give you a quick look at my inventory before we go. I have fully fueled my bike. I've also upgraded the chassis. This was green 320 something and now it's blue 468. It didn't actually do anything to my speed or noise. It upped the defense a little bit, but that's it. So I'm not entirely sure. You know, we've got a top level battery, almost top level engine and tires, and we're still normal speed. So I don't know if there is high speed, a higher speed than this. I can't imagine the basket's gonna cause any issues, or the seat, but at some point I will build mini bike handlebars in the seat, and I should be able to build them at the same level as blue, so we'll have a full blue or purple bike if I can get a different basket, and then we'll see. So I've also we'll see how that is anyway. But you can also see I made myself a new tool set in the last episode. So I've got steel axe, steel pickaxe, hammer wrench. I've got half a wrench here, my knife and my shovel, and I've got some food and drink in my food, drink and a coat in case I get cold, and some fuel. So what we're going to do, jump on the bike, we've locked up, everything's secure, and we'll head to that little flag on my map. So I suppose the idea is, sorry if you can hear my squeaky chair as I move, so I suppose the idea is we'll just head east. We'll just hit that road and see where it takes us. If it looks like it's going to take us nowhere, or if it comes to a dead end, the backup plan is to go back to the north and head north, because there is a road that we investigated a little bit in a previous episode, but we didn't go too far down because it was before we had the mini bike. So the plan is we might go back there at some point. If you watched the last episode as well, I filmed these two back to back because it's only quarter-past 7 at night here. So I'm sitting here drinking a couple of beers, and it's really nice beer. It's really nice. Shush Zombie. So if you hear me kind of swigging and swallowing every now and then, that's the beer. Yeah, quite into it. Anyway, back to the game. So we're going to head east. Hopefully, I mean, we've got the distant train setting on, as you might be able to tell. The latest patch, we're now on 1.09. We got patched this morning. Yesterday morning, sorry. We've had a Horde Night since the latest patch, and it doesn't seem to fix the Horde Night issue, where we don't seem to be getting zombies. Because, you know, if you've watched my whole entire series up to now, you'll have seen... sorry, I just banged my mic. Night 7, Night 14 and Night 21 were quite vicious. But then we had Night 28 and 35, which were extremely tame, and Night 28 and 35 were on patch 1.08. And then we got patched to 1.09 yesterday morning, and we did the Horde Night of 42, which again was quite tame to be honest. You know, there wasn't any ferals, there wasn't any climbers. There's sorry, spider ones. What's this? And there wasn't. Oh Jesus! It's a cave, but there's a bear, so I'm gonna have to run him over. Just because he would have killed me otherwise. Yeah. So I'm not. I'll skin this bear. He's got green feet. Yeah, so the Horde Knights, since being patched from 1.6, have been a little bit pathetic, if I must say. Shh. I apologise, I was about to swear. No swearing on my channel, please. I'll raid this this cave, because all these little these are stalagmites, aren't they? Stalagmites and stalactites are all... that was quite a cool little block. This is only the second cave I've found. This is really quite cool. But all the stalactites and stalagmites are potassium, which, as you all know by now, we use for crafting gunpowder. So when we find it, we tend to go out of our way to get it. This is actually quite a cool little cave. I'm quite happy with this. Yeah, and it doesn't seem to matter how big they are. You get 40 from each hit. I wonder if this is the bear's house. No, and I've just killed the bear in front of his house. What a lovely thought. What is that? Whatever it is, it's got some magnum parts which we need, so I'll steal them. It's going to be one of these episodes where I've got something in mind that I want to do, and we don't actually manage to do it because I find interesting stuff like this, or I get so full on my inventory that I've got to head back and ditch my inventory. I'll try not to let that happen, bearing in mind we haven't even made it to the town yet. So this actually isn't very far away from where we were living for quite a long time. But as you can see, we are gleaming lots of potassium. There's another dead body here. Oh, what have you got? More magnum parts. I'm not going to complain. I think I don't have a magnum yet. And I think all I need is a casing or a shell or whatever it's called for a magnum. Oh my goodness. This is the most amazing cave. Where's that one? Get that. Did I miss any? Yeah, I missed loads. This is the coolest cave I have actually seen in the game. So we'll keep going. We'll head up this way. We want to make sure we're getting as much of this potassium as possible. And there is a fair amount. I mean, look at this. This is a joke. This is amazing. I wonder what that material is there. I might have to hit it and find out. There's another dead body. Are you going to have magnum as well? No. Oh, stop it. I'm still finding it difficult to control on the... I've done 44 days worth on the PlayStation now, and I still find it difficult to control. It's probably because I'm rubbish at games. There's some more there. There's another dead body here. I mean, this is a mental cave. I don't think I'm going to be able to get everything here. Because we can't seemingly get to those ones without building some blocks. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do, into the map, I'm going to click where we are, make a save a waypoint, make it a cave. Because we don't want to lose this. This is a really cool place. We'll probably come back here at some point in the future, but we must at least have 1,000 now of this potassium. Oh, come on. Yeah, well done. Yeah. Oh my goodness. 2,320. That's worth a celebratory drink of my beer. Yeah. What a find. Literally, that's... I mean, that's going to create us 1,000... that's going to create us at least 1,000. There's some more stuff up here I haven't got. I'll leave that for the time being. How am I going to get out of here? So that's going to create us at least 1,000... God, my brain's dead. It's not from beer either. Gunpowder. So what I'll do is... Get off the bike. I'll stick away these because they're not going to stack. I like to keep my inventory as clear as possible. I'll keep all that. I'll keep these for the time being. I don't want that. And brass can go in there as well. I want to try and keep my inventory as clean as possible. I'll put the knife away from killing the bear. Okay, so back... So it's now midday. And we really haven't come very far. You can see there's our old house icon in the compass at the top of the map. So, you know, that cave isn't too far away. I wonder where the actual exit to that cave is. That's quite interesting. At some point, I'll... Stop. More potassium. Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those episodes where I end up just picking up stuff on the way past, talking rubbish to you guys. Where was I? Yeah, so at some point I'll come back with wood blocks, or a little bit of wood where I can make ramps and such, and we will. That's a nifty little house, and we will properly raid that cave. We'll go back in. We'll see what that. Different colour. Block was on the ceiling of the cave, and we'll also see how deep it goes, because we couldn't really get any further without building wood blocks. Shh, chicken, shush. But for the time being, we'll go back to plan 1, which was going east. So some crazy rendering here. So this is where the game's going to freeze, because I'm travelling too fast for the game to render. And I don't know whether this is why we can't get a faster mini bike, because if we had a faster mini bike we would be getting to the edge of the map quicker, more often, which means we'd get freezes like that. So I don't know. If you do know, leave a comment. I do read every single one. So far I haven't received that many, but I'm really only starting my channel at the moment. I've had the channel for a little while. Oh, sorry lady, but I haven't really put much effort into it until I really got onto this game. So I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. I've kind of addicted to it, to be honest. Just talking rubbish and playing games. So we are now... I'll go back in the map so you guys can see. So we've gone past... Also, if you guys can tell me how to remove waypoints... That'd be fantastic, because that annoys me. Anyway, so we've got to where we wanted to, and we'll just head up this road now. I think what we might do is spend a bit of time scrapping. If we come across any cars, we might scrap the cars, because we need scrap. There's a bag there. Oh, you see, bags are quite good things to grab as well. Long shotgun barrel, empty jars, hunting... We don't need that. I'll take it all. In fact, I'll just scrap the hunting rifle parts, and I'll scrap that reinforced thing as well. So we'll use the rest of this wrench with until it runs out, and then we'll scrap that. But we need scrap, which we get plenty of. Fuel's good. We also, I don't know if you guys just saw, there was a radiator spawned in there. Radiators will give us brass. So all of this stuff's good. We don't need that engine, so we can scrap the engine. This stuff here, if we scrap that here, we will get a certain amount of brass, but if we scrap it in the forge, we'll get a lot more. So we'll just save the radiators. Obviously the iron pipes and the springs we've got plenty of. Oil I'll keep for the time being, and fuel, we need fuel because we're going to be going on a quite long road trip. So we'll if we find cars, we'll hit the cars. I'm not expecting to find anything decent from them or anything we need, because we've got all the books, we've got all the skills. We're just looking for materials at the moment. There's a battery. Lights, more fuel, and it doesn't take too long to do this anyway, so we can just head on down this road and see where it goes. I'm hoping it leads to a city, or at least something of worth. I mean, it's looking at the biome, it doesn't look like the biome changes very much. There's a snow biome just over to the right in the hills over there. That beer is awesome. Honestly, it really is. Yeah, so it looks like we're heading back down south now, which is good, because I didn't want to go too far north, because that's just the road we went up at the start. There's a piggy. There's a crazy road glitch here as well. I definitely haven't been here before, have I? I haven't been here before. We'll wrench this cart. 4 wrenches and we're done. Back on the bike. We can go. We'll go around to the left. Head over here. Yeah, it's a bit weird how it does that. 2 cars next to each other. We'll wrench these bad boys. Get the brass. We've already got some of that, so we can stack that in my bike. On these road trips, basically, inventory space is at a premium, and it would be good if they would introduce a way to get more inventory space, because currently, you know, we interact with the bike and we've got this amount here, but maybe if you had, you know, maybe if we had a better basket, we could have more inventory space, or something along those lines. I don't know. I'm just talking. There's a battery here as well. We'll keep the batteries because we can drop the batteries in the forge and it'll forge us lead from it, which we always need. And we'll save the side roads for another time. We just want to find out where this main road goes. So it does look like we're coming up to a snow biome. There's another car here, so we'll raid this. Drop. Okay. And again, we'll just take everything. At some point we're going to drop the oil, because I've got so much of that stuff at home. And someone wrote in my comments a couple of videos ago that you use oil to make repair kits. But I think we've got, you know, I think we've got easily got over 10 repair kits at the moment. So we don't need to worry about repair kits right now. Okay, so this road, oh, here we go. So the road next T-junction. So we'll take this car here. Again, more brass. And I know I've probably said this before, but if you can scrap in your inventory. So if I was to scrap that, you know, by triangle button and then right on the D-pad, you'd scrap it here. But you get more for scrapping in your I'm just going to skip these 2 cars because there's a zombie there. But you get more for scrapping items in your forge than you do on your person. So, you know, if you're looking for a specific type of resource and there's another cave. Okay, right. I'm not going to go in this cave either. I'm not going in this cave. But what I will do is I will mark it up, so we know it's there. Yeah. So is that maybe the exit to the cave here? Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah. So if you've got a bunch of brass candlesticks, take them back to your forge and scrap them there. You will get a lot more resources from them than doing it in your inventory. Little tip of the day. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I found. Right, so we've got here, we're in a cross junction. We could go back north. I don't know what I just did there, but it clicked. So we could go back north, which is a massive territory, or we could keep going east, which is a massive territory. Oh, actually, it runs out here. Right, we'll go east, because it looks like we haven't got that much more road to go. So what will happen here, we'll go into the snow biome, but we'll either hit a dead end or a city or a radiation zone. But at least then we'll know. Or we might start to have a road that heads south. But at least then we'll know. Oh, here we go. Perfect. So here's another city. Okay, well, Waldo, I will take a quick whiz around the city. You can't... This is what I love about the snow biome. It's... 1 minute it's snowing and you can't see a thing. You can't even see where the roads go. And then the next minute it'll stop snowing and then the snow will thaw and you'll be able to see everywhere. I love snow biomes. They are easily the best biome they've created. Also, I'll walk on it. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'll be quiet for a couple of seconds. It actually crunches like snow. It's fantastic. They've done a really good job. I used to play a game called The Division, and I actually have a couple of maybe a handful, cracker brick, pop pills. Yeah, so I maybe have half a dozen to a dozen videos of me playing The Division on my channel. It's before I got a mic, so I didn't really speak much, and I didn't have as much experience as I do now. But one thing I was really disappointed about with that game was that, you know, you'd run through puddles and you'd run across snow and you'd run across concrete and you'd run upstairs, and the footstep noises were all exactly the same. I should probably be paying a bit more attention. There's a bank. But in, you know, at least in this game, which is actually an alpha game, they've got the weather that suits the game. The biomes are fantastic. The noises of the surroundings and the actual environment, from the crunching of the snow to the splashing of the water that you walk through, you know, you've got it bang on. And then a AAA game like The Division, shush zombie, a AAA game like The Division can't even be bothered to program in splashing of water when you run through a puddle or the crunching of snow. I've got to say, I was looking forward to The Division for absolutely months, if not year, and it was really disappointing. Anyway, that's my mini game review done. Fun pimps can pay me later. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call this. There you go. Look at that there. So that there, I won't go into it. But if we come into the map, that there's the radiation zone. I heard something. So this here is the edge of my map. So you can only assume that this comes down at a certain angle, and it will join to the area that I found down here. So that might curl up in this angle. In fact, what we might do, because we're not that far away, I will call this episode to an end. Once I've killed this guy, and then what we'll do is we'll have another epic road trip, and we will spend a little bit of time. I might not film it all, but we'll spend a little bit of time come on, skirting the edge of the map, finding out where that radiation zone runs out. Hello, zombie. Don't get up. Oh, you thought you had me there, didn't you? Not possible. Yes, what we'll do... Where's my money bag? I will end this episode. I will make a... I'll have a quick break because I'm absolutely... I need another beer because that one's empty, as you might be able to tell. And then what I'll be doing when I bring you back, I'll be driving south along the radiation zone to see the edge of the map. Possibly not the most interesting, but we'll do it anyway because we want to find out how big this map is. So again, thank you very much for watching if you did. comment if you want to see anything. Please subscribe as well. I'm not begging. I'm not one of those people. Please don't roast me. So again, thank you very much for watching, and all take care. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye now.